Hi there, Jamie here, and welcome to another little movement session we've got today. This one's going to follow on from the one we did previously, so this is more upper body biased. So this one would work well if you did the other one and then you could move straight into this one. It would work quite well. It's a little bit shorter, a bit gentler, just more for the upper body. So we're just going to start with, at the moment, just doing a little bit of flow just to get our shoulders working. Again, with this one, we're breathing in as we come up, breathing out as we go down. And with all these moves, let your breath dictate the speed that you do everything with. And you can do it as quickly or as slowly as you would like. Ideally breathing through your nose as well. As always, breathing out and then breathing up. Really getting our shoulders moving, getting them nice and warm. And we do a couple more of those. And then we're just going to go into single arms. So again, not going too mad to start with. Just getting those shoulders loosened up a little bit, nice and warm. Get a nice little rhythm going. And then we just shake it out a little bit. Just move our wrists around, move those wrists, link our fingers, moving those wrists around, just getting them nice and loose. I'm just going to kneel down because it's a little bit windy down here today. So I'll just kneel down so I'm out of the wind a little bit. And then from there, we're just going to move our head from one side to the other. Not forcing it, not going too far, just a bit of movement. Again, remembering where our eyes look, our head will follow. So looking around as far as we can go. Trying to keep a soft gaze as well. If you've got a soft gaze so you can really have some peripheral vision going on, helps you relax a little bit more as opposed to being focused. And then we'll come back to the center and we'll go up and down. And then from there, over to the one side and over to the other. And then back to center. And we're going to do a circle around the bottom, all the way up, and then we're going to go back. We're not going to go all the way around. We're going to go in one direction and then the other direction. Really looking up to the sky. And we'll do one more of those. And then from there, we're going to be in that kneeling lunge position. And we're just going to put our fingers and our thumbs together, squeezing them together, almost as if we're grasping a coconut or something. And putting a bit of pressure in our fingertips, we're going to really stretch up, making ourselves nice and tall. And then we're going to rotate over that front knee and then back to center. Rotate over that front knee and back to center. Breathing in as we come back to center, breathing out as we rotate round. Maintaining that tall posture. Then as we come back to center now, we're just going to bring our hands forward in line with our shoulders, still pressing our fingertips in, and we're going to go around again. Center, round to the side. Exhale as we come around, breathing back in as we go back to center. And then from there, we'll change position, bring the other knee forward. Again, fingertips pressing into each other, stretching up, nice, tall, straight posture as we rotate over that front knee again. And we'll do one more. And as we come back to center, bring our hands down, reinforce those fingertips, and then we'll rotate again. And then we'll do one more, and then we'll come back to center. And what our next position we're going to be, we're going to just lie down on our backs on the mat. So laying out straight, we've got our hands stretched out above our heads, so we're making ourselves as long as we can. So we've got our backs of our hands resting on the floor. Nice little exercise for our shoulder health, this, especially because we spend a lot of our time either sitting at the desk or sitting at the table or driving. We've always got our shoulders sort of rolled forward, so this, we're pulling our shoulders back, and then we're going to bring our elbows down. So our elbows are 90 degrees on our side. So we've got our elbows in line with our shoulders, everything's all 90 degrees, hands flat on the floor. And then we're going to just, keeping our elbows where they are, we're just going to bring our hands up and over. So palms are down on the floor again. And then we're going to roll them back again. So just nice, gentle movement, backwards and forwards. Really working the backs of our shoulders. Seeing if we can push our hands a little bit further with each movement we take. And then when they come back up to the top, we're going to stretch out, really stretching ourselves long, and then we're going to drag those elbows down, pulling them down, and then we're stretching back out again. Really working the backs of our shoulders there, pushing up and down. As I said, very good for your shoulder health, this one. Really nice exercise to do. And then we'll do one more. Push it all the way up, really stretch it out. Stretch yourselves long, stretch, stretch, stretch. And then we'll come up from there. And then we're going to roll over onto our fronts. And we'll do a similar thing again. So we're on our fronts, stretched out in front of us, fingers and thumbs touching. Then we're going to bring our hands down Our elbows are in line with our shoulders. Everything's all square again. Now we're going to push into the floor. So we're pushing our hands, trying to make impressions in the floor. So pushing down into the floor with our hands, and then we're going to lift our elbows and our hands up, pulling those shoulder blades together, really lifting those hands up. Lift them up, and then we're going to stretch them forward, stretch them out, then pull them back, and then we're going to push them down. So really pressing into the floor, and then we're going to pick those elbows up again, really trying to pull those shoulder blades together. And then we're going to stretch forward, pull those elbows back, and then push down to the floor, pressing into the floor. And then we'll lift them up again, stretch it out, and then drag them back again. And then we'll press them into the floor once more. Push, 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 push. And then really lift those elbows up, lift those hands up. And then we'll stretch it out once more. Stretch it out, and then relax your hands back on the floor. So keeping one hand on the floor, we're going to bring one hand around and put it into the small of our back. And then from there, we're going to lift that shoulder up as if someone's trying to pick us up with that shoulder. And then we'll roll it back down again. Keeping our hips pushed into the mat, but it's only this shoulder that's coming up and down. So we're lifting that shoulder up and pushing it back down again as it comes up and back down again. Just imagine somebody's trying to roll us over by our shoulder. Lift it up and back down. Then we'll take that hand out. Same again. Bring the other one around. And same thing. Keeping our hips pressed into the floor. Lifting that shoulder up. And pressing it down again. Lifting it up. And back down. We'll do one more. Really picking that shoulder up and down. And we'll take that hand back out. And then from there, we're just going to pull our elbows in. Just lift ourselves up so we've got that bit of extension in our back. Really nice position to be in, because most of the time, as I say, we're sat down, our knees are in front of our hips. You know, our backs are rounded. Very seldom in this position, so it's such a nice position to be in for our bodies. If we can be in this position, you know, even if it's for a change, you could watch the TV or read a book while you're in this position. Just make a change from your usual body position. And then from there, we're going to come up on our hands. Again, even exaggerating that stretch even more. And then from there, we're going to look over our shoulder. And we're just going to roll from left to right, looking over our shoulders. And we'll do one more each side. And then from there, we'll just come around. We're just going to roll our shoulders forward now. So just nice big circle rolls with those shoulders. Really rolling those shoulders around. Breathing in as we come up and breathing out as we're down. Really exaggerate that movement. And then we're going to reverse it, so we're going to go back the other way. Breath in and let it all out. And then we're going to do one more, and then as we come around, we're just going to link our hands. I'll show you there. So we're just linking our hands behind our bodies, stretching down, pulling those fingertips down, pulling those shoulders back. Nice upright posture, trying to pull those shoulders back, feel a nice big stretch across our fronts here. Really pull those hands down, shoulders coming back. Feel that nice stretch across the front. And then from there, we're just going to relax. Think about your breathing for a couple of minutes. You may want to close your eyes if that's easier, if that helps. Focus on your breath. Just think about your breath. A nice cool air coming into your nose, hitting the back of your throat. And that slightly warmer air as it leaves your body. As we start to relax now, just slowing our breath down. Nice, gentle, soft breath in. A long, relaxed breath out. As always, we want to make sure our exhale is slightly longer than our inhale. As we breathe out, our heart rate slows down. And as we breathe in, our heart rate speeds up a little bit. So if our heart rate's nice and slow, it stimulates our vagus nerve, telling our brain that we're safe and relaxed, free of stress. As we take our next soft, gentle breath in, and our long, relaxed breath out, just pause your breath for 5 seconds before you breathe in again. A soft breath in, long, relaxed breath out. Pause, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then breathe in again. And then we just take a couple of normal breaths. And then we'll do the same again. Soft breath in, long, relaxed breath out. Pause for 5 seconds before we breathe in again. And we take a couple of normal breaths. Still soft, still light. And then we'll repeat again. Soft breath in, long, relaxed breath out, and then pause. And then we just return back to normal breathing again. Still keeping it soft and light. If you find yourself wandering off and your mind's wandering off, just bring it back to your breath. Just notice how your breath makes you feel. Just feeling that nice breath coming in, filling your lungs, and just a long, slow, relaxed breath out. Now we're just going to slow our breath down again now. Breathe a little bit less than you would like, a little bit less than you normally do, slowing it down. Just challenge your body to breathe a little bit less air. You probably feel a little bit of air hunger building up as that carbon dioxide builds up in your system. But just challenge yourself, just work with it. If you get too stressed or it's too much for you, just return back to normal breathing. But if you can just work through it for another minute or so, just soften your breath. Breathe a little bit less than you would like. And then we'll return back to normal breathing again. As that carbon dioxide built up in your system, it helped the oxygen reach all your extremities and get around your body much more efficiently. You might have found your fingers and toes may have warmed up a little bit as that oxygen reached all your extremities. Certainly your brain would have had a boost of oxygen, helping you think more clearly. So we're just returning back to normal breathing. whatever that is for you. Still keeping it soft and light, still relaxed. Hopefully your body's relaxed even further now. You can barely notice your breathing. Soft and gentle, light breath coming in, long, slow, relaxed breath going out.
I hope you enjoyed today's session. If you've got any ideas on what you would like to see in any future videos coming up, just drop us a comment in below, and have a great day. See you next time.